Welcome to Season of Change podcast show. It's a platform where you learn about relationship, how to grow a healthy relationship, and how to be successful in your relationship and your marriage. At a platform where you learn about leadership skills and to develop your spiritual life as a Christian, how to raise godly children in our today's society, and how to manage your business as a Christian and your home. Thank you. Connect with us always on our episode that will be bringing. Welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life through the power in the Word of God. My name is Evangelist Jeremiah Joseph. I remain your host, and I have my guests here tonight, Angelica Paul, the CEO of Oversight Global, the leadership coach, and she has published a book, Mindset, and we'll be talking about the book tonight. You're welcome to Season of Change, transforming your life through the power and the Word of God. So, Angelica Paul.
Hello, thank you so much. So glad to be here.
Thank you very much. I found that in your history, that your brief details, that you've been 20 years in this program, being a life coach.
20 years in healthcare. I've only been a coach for about 3 years.
Okay, 20 years in healthcare. So can you tell us just brief experience you have concerning the life coach and how interesting you're finding it?
Yeah, so I actually became a coach because when I was in healthcare, I was a healthcare manager, and I actually got laid off from a healthcare management position, and that really forced me to look at who I am and what I want to do. I found myself really in an identity crisis. I really tied my identity into my career, what I did, my job title. So when I didn't have a job or a job title anymore, it really forced me to look at, who is Angeli really, and what is it that I want to do, and what makes me happy, and really what my purpose is. So that's how I got into coaching. I really took my passion for what I did as a manager. And my passion, I was really passionate about supporting and helping and coaching and mentoring other people. And so I decided to start my own coaching business. I work with leaders, other leaders who are struggling to be effective leaders, and helping them to realize that really comes from within, that the better they know themselves, the better they will lead. And so I love coaching. I love working with other people and watching them grow and watching them have success. So yeah, I just absolutely love it.
That's great. So if I will ask you, can you tell us your location, your state, or the situation of where you are, the country?
Yeah. So I'm actually in Seattle, Washington. I'm on the West Coast of the United States.
Wow, that's great. So how about the weather there?
Yeah, so I don't know if you know much about the Pacific Northwest of the United States, but it's very cold and rainy, and it rains about 9 months out of the year here, but we have beautiful summers. So that's kind of the trade-off, is you're in this long season of rain, but when summer's here, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's great. So how do you come about Oversight Global? And what are the activities that is going on in Oversight Global?
Yeah, so I founded Oversight Global because I really I grew to the point in my coaching where I really started to realize that there's really a consciousness crisis in the world, that again, there's a majority of us kind of walk around and don't really know who we are or what we're capable of. We've really been raised, we've been raised and molded into being somebody who other people want us to be, or do what other people want us to do, and not really understanding who we are and what we're truly capable of. So Oversight Global addresses the consciousness crisis in the world, and really helps educate and empower people to be aware and conscious and work towards fulfilling their fullest potential, and also uniquely contributing to the world, because we all have the ability to contribute to the world, and it's all unique to each and every one of us. So, I do career and leadership coaching. I coach individuals as well as groups. I'm also very active in speaking. I have a YouTube channel called Transformation Channel, where I do a monthly series on different topics like gratitude and intentional goal setting. I'm just really wanting to bring help and support to people to help them to grow and to heal and really start to become whole.
That's great. That is a great job and a good job.
Thank you.
You're doing well.
Thank
and
you.
I know that you have affected many lives positively.
Thank you. I hope so.
Wow. Is this your first book you're publishing?
Yes. So I published my first book a couple months ago. It's called Mindset, the Power of the Mind. And it's really a lifelong dream come true. Ever since I was a little kid, I've enjoyed writing, and I always dreamed of becoming a published author one day. So that dream became reality a couple of months ago. So I'm really happy to have spent the time to put it together, and now it's out there. And so I hope that, people will read it and that it will be helpful to them.
Wow, that means we are lucky on Season of Change to have you talking about your first book on this platform.
Yes,
wow,
yes, definitely. Great.
Yeah. So how do you come about this topic, mindset?
Yeah, so I mentioned that, I kind of went through a crisis that really activated my personal growth journey. And, recognizing that my mindset was not in the right place in order for me to start pursuing and achieving the things that I wanted to was a huge discovery for me. And I think a lot of us, we aren't taught what mindset is or what our mindset needs to be in certain situations. So that's one of the first things that I discovered is, that my mind is so powerful, that our minds are so powerful, that they can either hold us back and hindering us from things that we want to accomplish or do, or, they can work in alignment with us and really catapult us and give us all kinds of power to, pursue big goals and be successful in big ways.
Wow, that's great. But if I will still ask you another question pertaining the title of the book, what is another word you'll be using for the mindset?
Yeah.
What is another word?
The full title is Mindset, the Power of the Mind. Fulfill your potential with a mindset for success. So again, in my personal growth journey, I've discovered that we are capable of so much more than what we realize or what we're given credit for. And it all really starts in the mind, because the mind, again, like I said, is that powerful. It can, in our mind, if we have negative self-talk, if we have limiting beliefs, our mind is really holding us back. But if we realize just how powerful our mind is and start having positive thoughts and positive self-talk to ourselves, and really start to have beliefs that help us to be successful instead of holding us back, it really all starts with the mind. And in order for you to really understand what's going on in your mind, you need to really stop and be curious and think about, well, what's going on in my mind, so that you can make any changes that you need to be successful moving forward.
That's great. So I want to ask you this question. Yeah. The mind that sets, so your title said mindset. Can mind be reset? Can the mind be reset?
Yeah. So I think you're asking, can we reset our mind?
Yes,
definitely. We definitely can reset our mind. So, in the book, I really introduce what mindset is, because again, like I said, most of us don't even know what mindset is, because we're never taught it, or we never really talk about it. But I introduce what mindset is, where it comes from, and it actually comes from our developmental years in our childhood. A bunch of researchers and scientists and things like that who've done these studies have found that our mindset is really developed within the years between when we're born to the age of 7. So during that time is really where our mindset is developed and solidified. And that is our mindset is developed from, our environment, the people in our lives that nurture and support us, and, the different experiences and circumstances that we have. So a lot of issues that people have with like confidence or self-esteem, things like that, that's really developed very early on in our lives. And when we don't even realize it until as, a teenager or an adult, we have difficulties overcoming things, and we have these challenges. And again, it's all really from the mind, because it's been programmed in childhood and it's kind of running on this automatic pilot. And what we really need to do in order to change our mindset is, realize what that programming is, and then take the steps, use the tools and techniques we need to reprogram our mind.
Wow. So I want to ask you another question. Mm-hmm. What if one has inferiority complex?
Yeah, so I call that imposter syndrome, and that definitely has to do with a negative mindset and having limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough to do that, or I don't have the skills or education or experience to be at that position. Those types of beliefs and those types of self-talk that will keep you from, maybe applying for a job or getting up and speaking on stage. So something like that. So that's definitely, something that's coming from your mind that, if you want to change, there's a job position that you want to apply for and have, or if you want to do something that's going to require a lot of confidence and self-esteem, you can reprogram your mind to be able to do that.
Okay, does our mind set has impact in a range of success in life?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, if you again, if you have a mindset that's not going to align with you and allow you to be successful or to reach certain goals that you are aspiring to, that's going to hold you back. Like, for example, a big goal that people have is to lose weight or get healthy. Well, there's certain patterns and behaviors that we're already programmed with in our mindset that keep us from achieving those goals. Like, many people keep doing different health programs or diets, but they can't seem to, make any change. And it's because they need to change their mindset. They need to think about, they need to see if they have a limiting belief, like, I'm never going to fit into a size 2, or I'm never going to be able to look like that. What are you saying to yourself? And also, in regards to patterns and behaviors, what patterns and behaviors do you have that aren't serving you? Are you constantly having an unhealthy diet? And are you constantly sitting on the couch instead of exercising? So it's things like that.
Okay, can you tell us negative mindsets? Can you tell us the impact of negative mindsets on our self-image?
Yeah, so the negative mindset on your self-image is, again, you're going to have that negative self-talk. You're going to have those limiting beliefs that will decrease, your confidence. You're going to have a lack of confidence. You're going to have a lack of feeling like you're worthy, or having low self-esteem when you have a negative mindset. Because again, if you have a negative mindset, you're telling yourself negative things. You're thinking negative thoughts. You have limiting beliefs that you are believing that aren't really true. That's keeping you in negativity.
So just give us some aspect that negative mindset has impacts on one's life? Just tell us some aspects, other aspects apart from the one you've mentioned.
Yeah. So some big types of negative mindsets that a lot of people have that's pretty common is having a lack or scarcity mindset. So examples of that are we do it all the time. Like we aren't happy with what we have. We always want more. Or we are living paycheck to paycheck because we have this scarcity and lack mindset. We don't think that there's going to be enough. We don't think that there is enough for everyone, or that we are capable of or deserving of having something that we want. So that's a huge one. I mean, the scarcity and lack mindset, it's really seen in all of us when we are very concentrating on worrying about things. We're constantly concerned and worried about something that's going to happen or something that we're dealing with, instead of focusing on the positivity. We're staying in the negative. And when you're in a negative mindset, you're in a very low energy frequency. And so, if you stay in that negative, low frequency, you just continue to bring upon negativity to yourself. And that's kind of going a little bit into the law of attraction. But I hope that helps.
Thank you for that. I want us to move to the positive impacts of negative mindset now. Mm-hmm. But before we go to that, can you tell us the positive impact of mindset on our life and other part of our activities in life?
So like I mentioned before, having a positive mindset will allow you to grow and be more successful and grow towards being who you truly are and who you truly are meant to be and what your purpose is. Being positive, again, if you do the things that you need to in order to change your mindset from a negative to a positive mindset, you are going to have different beliefs. You're going to have more positive beliefs. You're also going to have more positive thoughts. You're also going to, talk to yourself in more positive ways. And again, going into energy and the frequency, when you are in a higher state of energy and more positive, then you're just going to attract more positivity to you. You're going to be in a happier mood. You're going to have better health. You're just going to have all kinds of things around you positive. You're going to be able to respond in more positive ways. You'll be able to handle challenges and obstacles that come your way in a better way, to where you aren't in a state of being depressed or sad all the time. You're going to become aware that being positive is how you're going to be able to attract more positivity to you.
Wow, thank you so much. I want you to tell us some strategic way you can reset your mind to positive mindset.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of the things that I discovered when I started my personal growth journey was really being in control and intentional with what it is that you do. So one of the things that I discovered was that when you look at some of the most successful people in the world, entrepreneurs, celebrities, millionaires, things like that, the one thing that they all have in common is they have a very empowering morning routine. So they intentionally wake up every morning and do things that gives them control and what type of day that they have. So things like mindfulness practices, having a gratitude practice, visualizations, self-care, like exercising and eating right. They have this morning routine that really sets them up to have positivity and peace and be successful throughout their day. And when you are consistent and creating that every day, your successful day turns into a successful week. then that turns into a successful month. And before you know it, you're having successful years. So it's really about realizing that you have control over what happens to you and what you do, instead of just kind of waking up and letting the world and people and experiences kind of take you all over the place. You have control of how your day is going to be laid out and how successful you're going to be and how you're going to feel throughout the day, and really being intentional and setting yourself up, doing that with a morning routine. And then actually, in my experience, you start to create these routines that you do throughout your day, and then you have an evening routine. But just realizing that you have control, but you need to do the things and practice the things that are going to help you and allow you to be successful.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to talk about mindset shift.
Okay.
Mindset shift. How can that come in? How can we carry out that?
Yeah, so there are a lot of components to shifting your mindset. It's not something that can be done overnight. It can take a while. It's a process. It's taken me years, and I'm still on that journey. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to shift your mindset is really become aware and conscious of your current mindset. What do you have a positive or negative mindset? Do you have a mindset of lack or scarcity? What types of things do you say to yourself? What is your inner dialogue? What kind of thoughts do you have? What kind of limiting beliefs do you have? I know that when I first started to become aware of my own mindset, I was really surprised at the things that I was thinking and saying to myself. I always thought that I was a pretty positive person. But in discovering, really diving into my own mindset, I discovered that I was actually pretty negative. So just, first of all, being aware of and being curious about what types of things go through your head. What do you say to yourself, and what things do you believe? Then you can start to work on using techniques and tools. Like, again, one of the ones that was a huge one for me was creating a morning routine, and doing those types of things to help shift your mindset, to help you be more positive, to say more positive things to yourself, to have more positive thoughts, and then to stay in that state of positivity as much as you can throughout your day. And then again, like I said, your day turns into weeks and months and years.
So how do you connect our potential with the mindset for success? How do you connect that?
Yeah. So are you talking about a person's full potential, reaching their full potential? Is that what you're asking? How do you connect your mindset with your potential?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more that you grow and heal and start to become whole, and again, that process really starts with awareness and consciousness, and mindset again is a huge part of that. But when you start to be more in positivity, you're gonna discover that you are happier. Your confidence increases, your self-esteem increases, your belief of your self-worth and your self-value increases, and you are more confident in getting out of your comfort zone so that you can continue to learn and grow. You'll find that you bounce back from failure faster, and instead of being sad and upset that you failed, really take that as a learning opportunity to continue to grow and progress. So as your mind starts getting healthier, I mean, we're all made up of different components, our mind, our energy, our emotions, our health. So the more that you start to become healthier and start to become more whole, that really, you'll start to realize your full potential, that I can do this, or I'm meant to do more. And as you do that, I know for me, when I started, I wasn't very confident. I didn't have a high level of self-esteem. There was a lot of things that I didn't believe that I could do. And actually getting on shows and podcasts was one of them. I was scared to speak in front of people. And, now, just a couple years later, now I'm doing that and I love doing that. And that's not something that I can say that me back then would have believed, because I didn't think that I had any value to give. I didn't think that I could, answer questions just right, thinking of answers on the spot, because I didn't have that confidence. So the more that you grow and heal and spend time in positivity, the more you're going to realize your potential. You're going to grow and start to become, who you were really created to be. And to me, it's a beautiful journey to be in, as well as watch in other people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angelina. I so much appreciate your presence here tonight. But lastly, before we bring it to a close, I still want you to talk more about, I've been hearing the success mindset.
Mm-hmm.
How can you build a successful mindset? A success mindset, a mindset for success. How can you build that?
Yeah, so again, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a very long process. Like I said, it's taken me years, and I'm still on that journey. But it's really being conscious and aware and being curious, and really starting to understand that you have enormous power within you to do the things that you love, to live a life that you want, and to really be happy and at peace. And that all starts with the things that are going through your mind. So when people say to have a success mindset, it's really having a mindset that's going to allow you to be successful, while a majority of us are in this mindset to where it's negative and it doesn't allow us to grow and be successful. So that's really where we want to make our way to, is being successful and having a success mindset, in order for us to reach our full potential and really live life to the fullest.
Wow, thank you so much. We spent 30 minutes on this program already. I really appreciate your coming, but I want you lastly to round up with this before we bring the program to a close. How, if for one that wants to develop a mindset, a positive mindset on his own, how can he start? What are, just give us 3 steps to take before you can build a mindset. Maybe somebody wants you want to train yourself on your own. You want a self-training on your own without any coach. What are the first 3 steps you need to take?
Yeah, so you definitely need to look within yourself. Like I said, become aware and conscious, and start to understand where your mindset is now. And what I did when I did this years ago, is after I created that awareness for myself, I started to read books, listen to blogs, watch YouTube videos, things like that on mindset, and start to understand, how do I change and shift my mindset so that I'm more positive and more successful. So that's what I would do, because that's what I did. And if I was in that boat again, come to understand your own mindset, and then do research on what mindset is, and then how you can change your mindset. And then, like I did, you'll learn different tools and techniques to do that. Again, like meditation, journaling, visualization, gratitude practices, breathing is a huge one. So yeah, just be curious and then go out there and start doing the research.
That is a great one. We so much appreciate your coming to this platform. I pray God will keep you and lead you and give you more wisdom on it. And I want your company Oversight Global.
Yeah.
We grow wide. Grow wide.
Thank
And
you.
I know our audience will enjoy this so much because this is a timely message and a timely word for as many people around the world. The world is crumbling and everyone is looking for a way out, how they can fulfill their potentials. And you've given us a lot of tips how we can build a positive mindset because the mindset of everyone on earth here is what is the way out of this trouble. Everybody is in trouble. We know that, but we know by the power of the word, we are going to find the solution to it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming. This is Season of Change, transforming your world life through the power in the word of God. And I appreciate my audience and I appreciate you, my guest tonight. So I want you to just round up with this. How can people get to you, reach you, connect to you, follow you on your social media handle, even get contact to some of your coach, your trainings, and they can connect with you more?
Yes, so I am at www.oversightglobal.com is my website. And you can also find my YouTube channel. I'm at Oversight Global on YouTube and Facebook, also at Oversight Global. Instagram is at Oversight Global 789. And then if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's LinkedIn and then Angelique Kapoor. So those are how you'll be able to find me. And of course, go to Amazon and you can get my book, Mindset, the Power of the Mind. It is available on ebook, on Kindle, as a paperback, as well as on Audible.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll be bringing the recording to a close. I really appreciate your coming. Thank you. And thank you for taking your time to be on Season of Change. And once again, this is Season of Change, transforming your life through the power and the word of God. I remain your host, Evangelist Joseph Jeremiah from Nigeria. Thank you, my guest from California, United States of America. Thank you very much. She's the CEO of Oversight Global, and she's a life coach. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to have been here.
Thank you very much. We'll bring the recording to a close.
Thank you. Bye-bye.